Hello and welcome. As always is the case when I get a message from parents, particularly those parents that are coaching youth sports and they're seeking some advice, I thought this might be a good opportunity to go over what I consider to be the top three mistakes that parents and youth sporting coaches make during those ages of, say, 5 to 12, which are very impressionable with regard to going on to the higher levels of any particular sport. Number three is trying to correct or coach during a game. If you can remember the following statement, we coach during practice, we manage the game. During the game, our children have enough anxiety and stress with trying to be successful, whether it's catching a ball, fielding and throwing, and obviously hitting. We do not want to put more white noise in their mind or in their ears. And so we do not want to coach. We want to manage the emotions of the game and the moments of the game. That's really critical. Number two, we do not want to tell our children what to do, where to go during the course of a game. This is one of the biggest pet peeves of any coach, particularly when you have parents, whether it's just throw a strike, just let them hit it, move over 5 steps, make sure you're throw your curveball, whatever that is. We don't want to move and manipulate athletes. We want to let them find and see for themselves and get feel for the game, whether it's watching a pitched ball travel to the inner half of the plate and shifting and moving on before the batter makes contact. Those are instinctual, and those are things that happen during the flow of a sporting event. It's very important not to try to manipulate or move athletes during a game. Remember, it's not a video game. This is not a video game. They're going to make mistakes, but that is how they learn. The number one parental mistake is the emphasis during an event, whether it's going to the dugout, whether it's leaning behind the backstop, or if it's after the game and we're talking to our children. We do not want to bring up a mistake. What were you thinking on that error? What were you thinking when you struck out? That's not what we want to do. We don't want to engage only in a negative capacity. We don't want to kind of put the weight of expectation into our children during the game. Those are things we can discuss the next day, during a ride home. If our athlete or our child asks us, what can I do to be better or be better prepared? Try to think about these three topics and how can you address them to be better, be more cognizant and aware if you're doing these things. And I call it paralysis by analysis. We're competitive as parents when really all we need to be there is to be supportive. In all the years I played youth baseball, I don't think my dad ever uttered a syllable during the game. It was only after the game if I brought it up or the next day. Try to adhere to these principles, and I promise you, your children will have a better experience playing and participating, which after all is what 95% of these children will do, is participate in youth sports. They won't become professionals and they won't become college athletes. Let's allow them to have a period of innocence called childhood.